And hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Preview. Along with head coach Matt Loddick, I'm Todd Eichel. And Matt, another victory this past week. It was good. After finals, the team came out, really didn't show much rust, and a real good victory against Indiana State. I'm sure that was encouraging for you.
No, absolutely. It's a tough week to play, and we had very few practices that previous week. Wanted those guys to focus on finishing strong academically. So really pleased with the effort. You say not a lot of rust. I thought the first half we were a little bit rusty, especially in our defensive rotations, but made some adjustments at halftime. And just the effort, coming out there, I think holding them scoreless for maybe 7 minutes and really extending a lead. So pleased with the effort, but on to the next one.
We have talked so many times in the past few years about, late in the ball game, Alex seems to want the ball, make plays. Mm-hmm. This was a game in which, offensively, there wasn't that much going on in the first 5, 6, 7 minutes until Alex just kind of said, all right, guys are struggling. Do you think that goes through his mind? Hey, guys are struggling. All right, I'm going to take advantage of what there is and try to get us going. Because he had that 5 or 6 minute stretch, which was really incredible basketball that normally you may see down the stretch from him, but to see it that early in the game was different.
No, a little bit different, but I liked our matchup, especially at his position going into the game. I thought they would have a tough matchup, and it showed, and he was really aggressive. Didn't force anything, though. I thought the ball was just finding him, and, having the offense go through him is a good plan offensively. And, he took advantage of, what I thought was a great defensive team. They really get after you. They go for steals. But I think his just size and shooting ability is just a tough matchup for them.
I thought what was really good to see in the second half was they did maybe a few more things to take him away, but he helped facilitate a little more, and other guys stepped up and made plays.
Yeah, no, and that's going to happen. I mean, if they're going to try to take away Alec, there's going to be opportunities. Tavon shooting the ball much better. I thought Lexus, ran our club exceptionally well. And Shane hit some outside jump shots, and then even though our freshman center coming in there and providing a little bit of a spark offensively. And so pleased with it. It was definitely a team effort, and I think Alec for the most part was a distributor in the second half, and guys really carried the offensive load.
You mentioned the freshman center, Jay Soroya. We've talked about his development, and clearly he's getting better each week. Why is that happening?
I think confidence. There's a couple post moves in there that we see him make in practice that he hasn't necessarily done consistently in games yet. So there's going to be an improvement. I perceive, or at least I expect an improvement from him in that area. But he has always defended. He has always rebounded. So he'll continue to do those things. And his effort's been fantastic.
Let's talk about going forward. 2 games, both at home. Certainly will be substantial favorites in both games against teams that you should beat leading into conference play. And again, you don't want to overlook anybody. And I know you guys are going to take every game as serious as possible. What do you hope to accomplish the next 2 games outside of the wins to lead you in a good way into conference play?
I mean, I've talked a lot about it. I'm going to continue to develop our depth. I think, right now we've got some, guys going through some growing pains a little bit. Micah's still trying to find his way, how to attack, when not to attack. Max had a 1-game layoff, and so I think he was a little rusty in his game. Derek's been battling some injuries. So want to continue to develop that bench because we're going to need everyone in conference.
You look at Santa Clara, that's the upcoming opponent on Thursday. They have a local player who can score. They come out of an outstanding league. Certainly nobody to overlook.
No.
And we want to point, we're not overlooking Santa Clara in any way, of course.
And it's kind of a special game for me, too. It's, I went to Stanford, and Santa Clara is really close to it. And so I spent a lot of time on their campus. Our 2 teams used to scrimmage one another in the summertime. So it's kind of a fun game. And obviously they do have a local kid who's going to come in here, and he's had a great career out there. And he's going to probably try to show us we should have recruited him. So we're looking forward to the challenge. They've got a fantastic coach. Coach Zindek has been around a long time, won a ton of games, and he's got them playing really hard and really well.
All right, we wish you best of luck this week.
Thanks, Todd.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us today on Valpo Basketball Preview.